Tanya Barnett Show. It's the 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 Tanya. When we talk about real things, talk about life things. The 21st century woman gotta get right. Entrepreneurship, motherhood, marriage, divorce, dating, healthy living, and thriving, of course.
We discuss the unique challenges of the 21st century women. So buckle up and get ready, sister, to get your life right.
It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya.
Hey everybody, this is your host, Tanya Barnett of the Tanya Barnett Show, the flyest talk show on the internet, where we talk about all things pertaining to the 21st century woman. So whether that is, whether you want to do entrepreneurship, breastfeed, bottle feed, stay-at-home mom, homeschool, whatever those things are, we talk about those. Not only do we talk about our unique challenges as a 21st century woman, but we also offer solutions on this show. So not only do we talk about it, we bees about it. So I'm super excited. I'm kind of sleepy, so I'm excited. However, because I had an opportunity to go to Atlanta this weekend and help shop for some bridesmaid dresses. I've never done that before. This is all new to me. And they really have some cute stuff out there. They have some old, fuddy-duddy stuff that I could not get down with. But they have some cute stuff. So I'm really excited. And then we also got to look at wedding dresses, brides dresses for my soon-to-be sister-in-law. Had a lot of fun. Atlanta, y'all showed me a lot of love. Beautiful, warm down there. Came back to D.C. About an hour or so ago, and it's rainy, dreary, and cold. So I had a lot of fun this weekend. Thank you to my brother Rodney, and congratulations to my soon-to-be sister-in-law Sherry, excuse me, for having me this weekend. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be talking about Black Panther. That just came out this weekend. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the movie, everything that it did for me. I cried. Yes, I cried several times throughout the movie. I had an opportunity to take my children with me. Mad shout out and props to Abina McAllister, who through Charles County Women of Action gave us free tickets. And they took a whole bunch of you from Charles County to go see the movie. And major shout out to State's Attorney Tony Covington also for those tickets. So I am super excited. We're going to be talking about that with my special guest tonight. She is no stranger to the Listen Vision or Tanya Barnett Show. We're going to have a lot of fun. She is going to bring it. She has a new program she's rolling out actually today. So it launched today at noon. So you're going to be super excited to find out information about her program. And we're going to get you on your way to authorship. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with my She's Gotta Have It here on the Tanya Barnett Show. See you in a little bit.
It's the Tanya Barnett Show. 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 It's the Tanya. When we talk about real things, talk about life things. The 21st century woman gotta get right. Entrepreneurship, motherhood, marriage, divorce, dating, healthy living, and thriving, of course.
We discuss the unique challenges of the 21st century women. So buckle up and get ready, sister, to get your life right.
It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya.
Hey everybody, this is Tanya Barnett, your host of the Tanya Barnett Show, the flyest talk show on the internet. I'm so super excited about this segment. You all know this is my favorite segment. She's Gotta Have It, where I feature my She's Gotta Have It, my Black businesses that I feature and I spotlight. So without further ado, this company here is called Cashmere, and I just love Cashmere's products. She has bedding, she has posters, she has bags, and so I purchased 2 of her clutches. And these are the women, some of the women of the Black Panther Party. This is a fantastic clutch. It is huge. You can fit a lot of things in here. That's what it looks like on the inside. Y'all see my bookmarks in there. So yes, this is one of her bags that I purchased, and then I love this one. Who doesn't love this one? It is fantastic. And all of her bags are quality. They're solid. They're not, flimsy or anything of that nature. And she has them in different sizes. She has totes. She has pillowcases, canvases that you can put up on the wall. All types of things that you can get from her. T-shirts. She's working on some bad Black Panther T-shirts. Wakanda Forever. Yes. Yes, she has all of those on her website. So make sure you check her out. Her business is Cashmere, and I think you're going to walk away super excited about it because she has things from a different world. You have Martin, She's Gotta Have It, Do the Right Thing. So a lot of the old school shows that used to come on back in the 80s and 90s, movies, things of that nature, she has those, as well as prints. She has some prints. So just check her out. Her name is Cashmere. That is the name of her company. Check her out. IG is the best place to see all of her products. And she always also puts sales on her IG. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to take a really quick break, and I'm going to introduce not my guest, but my co-host for tonight. See you in a little bit here on the Tanya Barnett Show.
Listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Tanya Barnett Show. It's the 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 Tanya. When we talk about real things, talk about life things. The 21st century woman gotta get right. Entrepreneurship, motherhood, marriage, divorce, dating, healthy living, and thriving, of course.
where we discuss the unique challenges of the 21st century woman. So buckle up and get ready, sister, to get your life right.
It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tanya Barnett Show, where we talk about the unique challenges of the 21st century woman. But not only do we talk about the challenges, we talk about solutions. And so my co-host, because she's not a guest, she's not a stranger to the Tanya Barnett Show, so I'm going to hand her the cue cards. They ain't got nothing on them, okay? So she's the co-host today. All right. Hello.
Hey, Periscope.
So, I want to introduce to you, and y'all know her, none other than Miss Julian B. Kiganda. Hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Welcome.
Because you don't be loud, girl. I
Oh,
hope
that's
they ready.
fine. That's
I hope they
fine.
ready,
Welcome
'cause,
back.
I know. It's so good to be back.
Yes,
We had so much fun the last time I was here. I was like, oh, we about to get turned up tonight.
Yes. So I'm gonna be, tag teaming in. It's her show tonight because she has a fantastic
She said it's my show.
project that started today at noon.
Today, we launched today.
And
yes.
I'm gonna let you talk. For those who don't know, this is Julian B. Kiganda. She is my mentor. She beats me up gently. Okay.
I try to make it gentle.
Yes.
I try to make it gentle.
And what I did, I want to just let everybody know, if you're watching on Periscope, Facebook Live, if you have any questions about our topic today, we're going to talking about how to build your brand with your book. If you have any questions, drop it in Facebook Live, drop it on Periscope, and we will take your questions, and Julian will answer them for you.
Hey,
All right.
Kay. Look, everybody's tuning in tonight. I love it.
All right, so
I
go ahead and
love
take it away.
it.
You're supposed to turn this way because they're blank. Yeah, they're blank.
These are the cue cards. You could tell that I don't do this too often, but I know now. So, anywho, just a real quick intro. For those of you who don't know me, like Tanya said, I am Julian B. Kiganda of JBK Brand Design. I am a transformational brand strategist. And so what that means is that I help you transform your brand. And while you're at it, we're probably transforming your life as well. So, which is a perfect topic because that's what my first book is about. And we're gonna. I do okay. In a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She said I'm the host.
Okay, yeah.
She said I'm a co-host, and to take it over, and then she tell me what to do and when to do it. Like,
K-Wanda's letting everybody know you're working on her redesign. So thank you, K-Wanda.
Yes, I am working with K-Wanda. Hey, girl. And I'm actually really excited about that. So just a little bit about me and Tanya. We go back, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. And we met at an expo, and my sister was doing the social media, Christine St. Vale. She was doing the social media for the expo, and I met Tanya. She has this incredible organization. I don't know how often she talks about it, but you all need to know about Forever Free Books, a nonprofit organization that provides free books to kids from underprivileged families and just ones who really can't afford books. So we ran into her at this expo, and I was looking at all these books brand new on the table. She's like, oh, they're free. I said, they're free? Ain't nothing free in this world. Y'all know nothing ain't free in this world. So we got to talking, and next thing you know, I'm telling her about, she has this love of books. I love books, and we just started talking about books. And I said, oh, well, you might be interested in reading a book that my sister and I just co-authored called Whose Shoes Are You Wearing? 12 Steps to Uncovering the Woman You Really Want to Be. And I think when we met, I think the book had just come out that year, the year we met, I think.
I think it was
maybe the year after.
It was the year before.
Okay. So my sister and I co-authored this book, Whose Shoes Are You Wearing, in 2014. And when we wrote, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it later, but when we wrote it, our intention was to give women a tool, a resource that they could use to transform their own lives. And so I mentioned it to Tanya, just, thinking she might find it useful. Next thing I knew, like literally a couple days later, she had let us know she had bought the book. And in the book, we actually have tweetables where you can actually tweet at us online at Whose Shoes Book and let us know your takeaways from the book and all that. So here she was tweeting us like every day now. I'm like, and I looked at my sister and I'm like, sis, I think we got to stalk her. So I say this story all the time.
They said tweet. So what am I supposed to do? That let them know I was reading the book.
She did let us know she was reading the book. But it was awesome, and we just so enjoyed getting to know Tanya through just, the book, and then that just led to a friendship. So we've been friends ever since, and then I ended up working with her. Where's your book?
My book is right here. Boom.
Yes, I ended up working with her on her first book, which, by the way, won an award.
Yes.
Her first book, y'all. Give her some love.
Yes,
Hey, Periscope.
so
Thank you for the
excited.
love. I know it's been a while since you've seen me, but I'm here. Yeah, so she won an award for her book. And when she came to me about this book, she had probably 2 chapters written. And she was like, Julian, I started writing this book, but I'm not sure if anybody's going to want to read it. And so I read the first 2 chapters and I said, Tanya, are you kidding me? So if you all have not ordered your copy, and whether or not you are married or looking to get married, this is a book that you need to read. I mean, when I read the first 2 chapters, I said she has to absolutely finish this book. So I work with her in finishing the book, helping her get it edited, designed, getting it published, doing a promotion. And that kind of just became a domino effect. And I started working with more authors. And I'm working with, I think, 3 authors right now on their projects, which I'm very excited about. And so it really, in helping other people tell their stories, it made me realize a lot of times this is what I say all the time. I always say that every single one of us, first of all, we have a purpose, and your purpose is not about you. So that's the first thing I have to say. Your purpose is not about you. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you're going to get, stuck off yourself and get up and do what you're supposed to do in your life, right? Wow. So that's number 1. And I said that with all the love in the world. Like, that was all love. All of it.
All love.
All of it. It was all love. But number 2, your story has a purpose. And every single one of us has a story that we can share with somebody else that's going to help them, whether it's transform their lives, their business,
y'all need to tweet
their family. Yes, tweet.
Your story
Send me
has
some
a
love,
purpose.
Periscope. Hey, I still love it. I know it's been a while, but I still love you.
Appreciate
you.
Trinity Scribe.
Hey,
Danita of Trinity Scribe. She is scribing your
Let
quotes.
me tell you,
Yes.
Danita is everything. So I just got to shout out my girl Danita right now. Danita Moss. If you all ever need somebody to scribe on your live broadcast, she is everything. I don't know how she does it. She was
It's a
have
gift.
Like
It's her
it is a
purpose.
gift. Yeah, there you go.
Her purpose.
She helps
Look, just like that.
influencers and entrepreneurs and authors, really reiterate their words so that their audience doesn't miss anything and they can focus on delivering a message while she lets the audience know, look, this is what they're talking about. So, Danita, thank you, because you are everything, girl. You everything. I had to call her out.
Put your link in for
Yes,
your website.
Trinity Scribes.
Trinity Scribes.
If you're ever looking for somebody to scribe live on your broadcast.
So people can hire you.
Yes.
Hire. Okay.
But all that said, when I started realizing I'm helping all people finally tell their stories and seeing the impact that it's happened. So, Tanya, why don't you talk about your book and the impact that it's had on people who have bought it, who read it? I want to hear about that.
See, she's a great co-host. She's telling me what to do. So that's what a co-host is supposed to do.
That's what we do.
All right. So the impact that my book has had, which I was not expecting, is so funny. Julian had asked me after I written my book and I was getting so much response. She was like, well, what did you think was going to happen when you wrote it? And I really didn't know. I just knew I had to write it because you told me to write it.
I did. I could be a little bossy.
Yeah, she
and
told me you getting this
I ain't
done.
ashamed.
Right. And so the response was I would get text messages, DMs, emails. When I went places, people would stop me. I started getting speaking engagements. People had me on their shows. My book launched June 6th was the book launch. I was on Tom Joyner Morning Show in August.
Yes. Y'all give her some love.
Yo, how y'all find
Show
out
her
about
some
me?
love for that. Yes.
And
They're
it
giving
just
you love
went-
on Periscope.
Thank you, Periscope. And so from there, it was a domino effect, like you said, where people were seeing that what I was saying had value. They could relate to it because people saw themselves in my book. They saw their husbands in my book.
Do you have any personal stories that stuck with you from people who read your book and came to you and just gave you their own testimonial?
Yes, I have one single person, and I don't know if she's on here right now, but she was single and she had been engaged, not engaged, she had been proposed to several times, and she didn't want to do it because she did not want to share. She after she read the book, she said, I saw how selfish I was, and that this man loved me and he waited and waited. So she did all the activities in the book, and before I knew it, she had a pop-up wedding because of the book. And
Wow.
so this man loves her to pieces. I
Wow.
love watching them
Wow.
on social media. We talk, you know, every
That
so
is so
often.
awesome.
But she got married because of the book, because she saw some of her flaws from reading the book.
And I'm so glad that Tanya shared that, because that is exactly the point that I'm making. You know, Tanya, when she came to me, she wasn't sure if people would be interested in her story. And I think what happens, sometimes we get so caught up in our own heads, right? And I just did a video today. I'll post it. I posted it on LinkedIn. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, then you might have seen it. But I'll post it on my Facebook page tomorrow at Julian B. Kiganda. But I posted a video today that talked about perfectionism, right? We get so caught up in waiting for the timing to be right, in waiting for the situation to be right, in waiting for the money to be right. If you wait for that, you may never get started.
Right.
In waiting for the person to be right. And we never get started. And so what I have learned is that perfectionism, because I am a recovering perfectionist.
Yes, me too.
I admit it.
I have been delivered.
A recovering. You've been delivered, girl?
I've been delivered.
She's been delivered. Y'all, delivered. Okay?
Kim said ouch. Kim said ouch. So you stepping on Kim's toes.
I'm going to step on a lot of toes, because we all do this. Like, at some point or another, I might have been worse than some. But I've just learned that perfectionism is actually a form of fear. Right? If it's not just perfect, you afraid that you're going to get criticized, or people going to be all up in your stuff, and who cares? Like, really, who cares? And this is why it goes back to knowing that your purpose ain't about you. Because if you focus on your purpose, you're not going to worry about what people ain't got nothing to do with your purpose think.
Wow, that's so good.
Tweet, tweet.
That's tweetable. Don't worry about what people
But,
say.
But, you know, all that said, I just believe that every single one of us has a story to tell. As Tanya shared, she wasn't sure that anybody was going to read her story or be interested in, and there she goes. And I'm sure that's just one of hundreds of testimonials that you could probably share about your book. So, you know, my sister and I, we wrote this book in 2014, Whose Shoes, to this day. In fact, just last week, I had a young lady message me on Facebook, and she sent me a message saying, "Thank you so much, Julian and Christine. This book helped me so much. It helped me understand the kind of woman I wanted to become."
Wow. That's heavy.
Oh my goodness. Like, it literally brought tears to my eyes when I
Right.
saw that. Like, literally brought tears to my eyes, because I was just like, you know, when we started out writing this book, our goal was to write a book that was going to help other women transform their lives and have a tool that they could reference without, you know, having to necessarily coach them, because this really is a coach in a book. I mean, you know, we have exercises in here for you to do, and the exercises, a lot of people have said this has helped them. But when we wrote it, we were really about the purpose.
Right.
And we had to keep reminding. It was so funny because, and I've talked about this a couple of times. I talked about it today at the launch of my Write Your Book Challenge, which I'll be talking about.
Yes, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit.
But I talked about how when we were writing this book, because my sister and I, we alternate chapters. She wrote a chapter, I wrote a chapter, she wrote a chapter, I wrote a chapter. And so when we were writing...
Let me see the book for people on Facebook Live.
Yes. When we're writing the book, we had to keep reminding each other, you know, this story ain't about you, because we would read each other's chapters, and this is the importance of having accountability. Accountability. I cannot stress having accountability enough. But we would read each other's chapters, and then we'd be like, sis, you missing something. Like, you missing some details here. Like, there's something you were not telling.
Back.
You holding back. Exactly. You holding back.
Right.
And so we would, we just push each other. We just kept pushing, kind of like how I pushed Tanya.
Right. Ooh, it
like,
was not. Ooh,
like
it
Tanya.
did not feel good.
That's what I do.
Kamika.
Hey. And so we would just push each other, and that, in doing that, we had to keep reminding each other that our purpose wasn't about us, that this book wasn't about us. And we had a responsibility to tell our truth so that we could help somebody else transform their lives. That's what
heavy.
we really
and that was the
focused
scary
on.
part about writing my book,
Yes.
because I shared some intimate details about my marriage.
Yep.
Especially being a woman of faith, serving in church, and some of the stuff that I shared, you know, was like airing your dirty laundry. But people were relieved, because they're like, oh my God, I thought that was just me and my husband.
Exactly.
You know, and they were like, but you serving in church and y'all cussing Christians? Yeah, we were cussing Christians. We were cussing Christians.
Look.
But, you know, I had to, I'm glad that I did it. And initially, and I don't want it to sound like it was an easy task because I had to run it through my husband to get him okay with it.
I kept asking you. I remember when I read some of the chapters, I said, Tanya, did your husband read this? Is he okay with this?
Right.
You know? So that was important.
And then having him understand that, again, it wasn't about us.
Yeah.
It really was about the story that we were telling.
Absolutely.
And how we were trying to help other marriages and families because we saw the importance of this was not us anymore.
Right.
The people in the book wasn't us anymore. We are on the other side of it.
Exactly. So tell the truth to shame the devil.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just been such an incredible journey. And before we jump into all that other stuff, you know, I know you have your new book out. So
Book
I
number
am
3.
so excited for you.
Yes, I'm very excited. Today's History Makers, 21st Century African American Female Entrepreneurs. So I'm really excited about this book. I'm featuring women such as Julian and Christine and other phenomenal women who are doing a darn thing on their own terms. And they're not afraid to step out there, not afraid to make mistakes publicly. But they know, again, when it's your purpose, if you make a mistake, it makes you human.
Exactly.
And I think that's the
exactly
beautiful
it.
thing about it. When people see you mess up, they're like, oh my gosh, she's just like me. She's not perfect. She's not, you know, and that's why I do my transparency moments also on Facebook so that people see, hey, I'm Tanya.
I'm real. It's real.
But I'm real.
Yeah.
I'm struggling right now with either being a mom or whatever it is, you know, because I think people need to hear that.
Absolutely.
So, Julian, after we take this really quick break,
yes, ma'am.
we're going to come back and talk about the Write Your Book Challenge right after this break. I'm Tanya Barnett here on the Tanya Barnett Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the Tanya Barnett Show. 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 It's the Tanya. When we talk about real things, talk about life things. The 21st century woman gotta get right. Entrepreneurship, motherhood, marriage, divorce, dating, healthy living, and thriving, of course. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show.
Hey there, this is Tanya Barnett, the host of the Tanya Barnett Show, where we discuss the unique challenges of the 21st century women. So buckle up and get ready, sister, to get your life right.
It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya Barnett Show. It's the Tanya.
Do you have a checklist? Hey, this is Tanya Barnett, the host of the Tanya.
What are you?
I don't know, because I was pointing to you and the engineer brought us back and it just threw me off. But anyway, this is Tanya Barnett Show. I mean, this is live. This is live. All the way
moment.
live. Right. Transparent. Hashtag
That's what that
transparency moment. So I just wanted to welcome you back to the Tanya Barnett Show. If you're just jumping on, thank you so much for joining us on Facebook, Periscope, Listen Vision Live, wherever you're catching us, YouTube later on.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions about what Julian's going to be talking about tonight, please feel free to type in and we'll get to them. So we're not ignoring you. Just give us time to get to your questions. We're going to be talking about how to write your book. So Julian, she's my co-host today. I'm going to let her take it away.
Yes. Co-host, girl, I like it. We should do this more often.
Yes.
After all of that, if you all caught the segment right before where we were talking about how I helped Tanya with her book, and that same year I helped somebody else write their book, and then last year I think did 4 books, helped people with 4 books last year. And I said, you know what, and I just kept having all these authors come to me. I'm working on 3 book projects right now. I said, you know what? Sometimes God just sends you signs, and you just need to pay attention, because all these books started coming my way, and I was like, I need to create something to help more people tell their stories. You know, it's interesting because I read this, and I don't know if you're aware of this statistic, but 81% of Americans feel that they have a story to tell, but they don't know where to start.
I've never heard that statistic.
It was a New York Times study.
Wow.
And I was blown away. I said 81%. That's a lot of people who got stories to tell and they don't know where to start. So I said, okay, what we gonna do? Because there's a whole lot of people. I can't teach all them people, right? I can't
Right.
take them all on as one client one at a time, right? So last year I actually just started working on the Write Your Book Challenge and the whole bunch of things that are coming after that. So if you all are part of the challenge, if you're on Periscope, hey Facebook Live, hey Listen Vision Live audience, hey all of y'all. So what you want to do, if you're interested in the challenge, I'm going to tell you more about it in a second, but you want to go to writeyourbookchallenge.com, writeyourbookchallenge.com.
Do that right now.
Do it right now, because let me tell y'all, we are on fire. That group, it's insane.
Let me say
So
one thing I love
crazy.
about this group, and I even sent Julian a text about it. One of the things she does, she puts writing prompts in the group, okay? And it's just a picture. And it took me back to when I was a child, and I didn't realize how much I loved writing until we started doing the writing prompts. And I remember I used to look forward to writing prompts. I
And
don't
you were
remember
doing
what
it with them writing prompts.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like,
And
okay,
so
Tanya.
she would give us a picture, and then in the group, it gives you an opportunity to start using your imagination and writing about the pictures. And everybody wrote something
Yes.
totally different.
Yes.
And it was good to see it from those people's vantage points. So
Absolutely.
that's the type of stuff you're going to get in this group. You're going to get support. You're going to be able to do writing prompts to get those brain juices flowing.
Yes.
Those of you who haven't picked up a pen and a paper in 20 years,
Listen.
this is your year to do that. Okay?
We are doing
Just putting
this
you on
in
Front
2018.
Street, okay? We're going to have a whole slew of
doing this in
authors, okay?
2018.
28,
Yes.
look, Wakanda Forever. We doing it. Okay? We're going to have Wakanda Publishing.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Look, but for real, like we are so, it's such a great group of people. So when you join the challenge, writeyourbookchallenge.com, writeyourbookchallenge.com. When you join, you get access to our Facebook group. And let me tell you, that thing has just been growing like weeds. Like I just got a message on Facebook from somebody who must have heard about it and said, I want in. How do I get into the group? Right? So I didn't get a chance to get back to her because I had to get here to the interview. But it is just, it's the energy in there is so incredible. And I think it's just one, support, right? Everybody in there is trying to do the same thing. They're all
Right.
trying to write their books. And they're all looking for that support. And many of them have tried to do it on their own. It doesn't work. And
Right.
that's really the case, as I'm sure you can attest to almost everything. If you're trying to do it by yourself, like it's going to be almost difficult, if not impossible,
Right.
to get it done.
Right. And you get discouraged. So when you have somebody gently giving you dates and saying, okay, I need this done by this date, and what are you doing with this, and how are you doing? Okay, let's get this
Accountability.
done. I'm the type of person, accountability works for
Yes.
me, and I'm a overachiever. So if you give me, say, 2 Fridays from now, you're gonna get your stuff 2 Tuesdays before. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I am. So for those people who need that type of accountability, that's what they get.
Exactly. And so we have the accountability. We got the writing prompts. We literally just launched the challenge today, you all. Let me tell you, that group is fire.
Yes.
People are so excited. Like, you can feel the energy in the group. And I think, it's probably doubled, like, in just a day. Like, it's just been so many people who were coming in because everybody want to write their book.
Right.
So the one thing I do want to make sure y'all know is it is a free challenge. It is a free challenge, okay?
Yes.
There is no charge for the challenge. And it's a 16-day challenge, okay? So over the next 16 days, today was the launch. So even if you missed it, we have all the videos that are still going to be in the group. You'll have access to them. You have all the prompts in there. You have all the steps that are going to be in the group. Even if you start late, you can always catch up. It just depends on how serious you are about your business.
Right.
Like, how serious you about your business. You're going to make an excuse because you missed a couple of days that you can't do it now, or you're going to be like,
Lord.
listen, we're going to get it done in 2018. So make sure you sign up. My goal is actually to help 5,000 people write their books, right? 5,000 people write their books. And that doesn't mean that you have to publish it, right? That just means that some of us have a story that we want to be able to document and pass on to other, generations. Like I know with
absolutely.
your book, your daughter's probably going to be blessed by that because she can probably avoid, hopefully, a lot of the things that
Yes,
you know.
Lord. Then she probably be like, Mama, Daddy, y'all crazy.
Listen.
Y'all was crazy. We were, but they were little, so they didn't see it. So thank
Right.
God for that.
And then she probably going to tell you, you can't say nothing to me, Mommy.
Right,
Not with the
right,
way you
right,
acted.
right. And Elle just said, "What, free? This is awesome." She signed up.
Ah, yay!
Yay,
All right,
Elle.
welcome, Elle. Look, because Yes, 5,000. Hey, Storm.
Yes,
thank you, Storm, for subscribing. I
said she
appreciate
needs this
you.
group. So,
I
Ursula,
love
go
it.
to writeyourbbookchallenge.com.
Yes.
Writeyourbbookchallenge.com.
Write Your Book Challenge.
Sign
Thank
up,
you,
and then
Storm.
you'll get into the group.
Yes, and we got a lot of great things coming up. I'm not going to reveal everything.
Okay.
But the one thing I will mention is at the end of the challenge, there will be prizes. I'm not going to say what it is either, but you have to, first of all, be present and engaged to win.
Okay. Don't be showing up on the last day talking about, hey.
Look, I told people already, this is not the group that you lurk in, okay? I know some of y'all be lurking in these groups and you just absorbing. Some of you just like absorbing the knowledge. That's great. But this is about getting it done. And that means that you have to take action. And action means you have to be active. So, you know, when you join a group, be ready to be moving, because we moving and we're making it happen. And so make sure when you sign up and you come into the group, look in the photos for the first step in the challenge that was just posted today. Watch the pin post at the top of the page. Watch the pin post, because that's going to give you an overview of what the launch was about and what that first step is in the challenge, and give you a little bit more of what to expect during the challenge, which I'll be talking about. I'll be doing regular Facebook Lives in the group. So you all will, this is right on time. All right. I love it. I'm so excited for all of you who are signing up.
Yes, everybody sign up.
This
Monique,
is
make sure you sign
awesome.
up. WriteYourBookChallenge.com.
Yes, writeyourbbookchallenge.com.
So we
I'm
did
excited
have a
for you
question
all.
before it gets away from me.
What was the question?
Someone asked, do you use a checklist when you're writing a book?
I do use a checklist.
Okay.
But I think everybody has their own form of checklist.
Okay.
So during this process of the Write Your Book Challenge, I'm not necessarily going to give you a checklist, but I'm going to give you very specific tasks to do that you can turn into a checklist.
Okay.
So every task it builds onto the next one.
Okay. We're going to do something in 2 seconds. We're going to go take a break really quick because we got people signing up, and I want to ding a bell. And I just saw a bell across the room.
I love it.
So
yes.
we're going to be right back.
Bell. Come on, sign
we're going to take a really quick break here on the Tanya Barnett Show. We'll be right back.
I love it. Thank you for retweeting. Thank you for sharing.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision.
Hey there, everybody. This is Tanya Barnett, your host of the Tanya Barnett Show. Thank you so much for holding tight. We are back with my special co-host today, none other than Miss Julian B. Kiganda, and she is talking about the Write Your Book Challenge. Okay, so make sure. If you are paying attention, you know, I know some of y'all are cooking because y'all told me y'all listen while you're cooking and things of that nature, or you're driving. Make sure if you sign up, you let us know either on Facebook Live, Twitter.
Yes.
Listen Vision, y'all can't let me know, but hit me up for text. Hit me on Facebook DM. I'll see that go on my phone so we can give you a little ding, okay? So every time somebody signs up, we're going to ding because we want to celebrate you.
Yeah.
And it's not a competition, okay? That's the one thing I want people to know. It's not a competition. You really are challenging yourself to get your thoughts, the things that God has given you on paper, okay? So we're not going to be competing against other people or comparing ourselves.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think some people may compare themselves and say, oh, well, she got this much done in 5 days and I still haven't even started.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, you know, one of the things that I tried to remember.
Hold that pause.
Oh, yes.
Monique signed up.
Yes, Monique. Boom.
Yay,
signed up. Let us know if you sign up on Periscope so we can ding you on Periscope.
Okay, Vera just signed up.
Oh, I love it. We We on the move. We getting
somebody
it
just said something. I don't know what
done.
they said.
Device is running low. Oh, that's okay. You can still sign up. Just charge it back up and sign up.
And this is free. This is free.
Yes, it is
so-
free. I want to reiterate, it is free. The challenge is free, but you all are going to get so much value out of it. So speaking about competition, one of the prayers I try to remember to say every morning is, Lord, help me to be better than the person that I was yesterday. If you keep that in front of yourself, you're going to realize that you're the only person you're competing against. At the end of the day, I think so many times, even in business, I think business is a great example of how people focus so much on what's over there and what so-and-so is doing. You take your eye off your own business and you're so busy competing, you're not innovating and building your own business. You know, you're not being creative because you're so busy competing. So even with this challenge, and the great thing is I haven't really seen that in our group.
Okay, good.
It's been, I mean, the support and the energy in there has been so amazing. People are really cheering each other on. They're giving feedback. Yay, Storm signed up. Girl, ding that bell. No, you ding that bell. You the dinger. You the dinger today. Yay,
right,
Storm. I love it. Oh, we on a roll. I love it. I'm so excited. And I really am excited. Like you all, when you watch the video that I did this morning in our Facebook Live group, you're going to tell that but I'm usually like this anyway.
Yes, she is.
Usually like this anyway.
All the time.
I'm just excited about life. And I'm
I love
excited
it.
about helping people tell their stories.
Yes.
So, Tanya, let me ask you a question.
Oh, she got the cue cards too.
Yeah, I sure do, and I'm pretending I'm actually reading these blank things. But I do have a question for you.
Yes.
And this is more so for our audience here, because I think it's important for them to know that, you know, when you write your book, whether it's personal, professional development, if you're telling anything that has to do with your own personal life, it's not an easy thing. So what was it? Well, two things. One, what was it that inspired you to write the book to begin with?
Hold on, somebody. Michelle wants to know, how do you sign up? Go to writeyourbbookchallenge.com. Writeyourbbookchallenge.com, and we'll ding you, okay?
Yes.
Write Your Book Challenge.
We'll ding you
Make
right
sure you
here
say
live.
I signed up. Hey, sis,
Yes.
my neighbor. So, question again? I'm just excited about people wanting to sign up.
What was the inspiration behind your book? What was it that inspired you
the inspiration behind my book was Don and I had come on the other side of not having a great marriage. And so I literally heard God say, you need to write this book. You need to tell your story. And I was scared because I didn't know what that story was. And then when he told me what the story was, I said, I can't share that. I'm going to be in divorce court. We good now. You want me in divorce court? Come on, God. That don't even sound right.
Real talk, girl. Let me tell you, God will do that to you, too.
Right.
He will do that to you. And what's going to happen is he's going to keep doing this until you do something about it. That's what he's going to do.
Right. And so I wrote the book, and throughout, you know, my husband was like, I don't know, can you change that? Make me look a little better in that area. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. You know,
Keeping it real.
I said, Daddy may kill you after he see the book. But other than that, I'm not changing my book. And so, you know, my husband had to get over some of those rough spots for him because he didn't like the way he was portrayed. But I was like, that's real.
But
It's
you know what?
honest.
And it was real too. And the thing I liked about her book, and so her book is available on Amazon. Actually, both of these are available on Amazon, Whose Shoes and Being a Wife Just Got Real. But the thing I liked about your book was that it was pretty evenly matched in terms of y'all's craziness.
Yes.
Like they were both equally crazy. So you kind of got that in the book. Like it was real.
Right.
So it's like I could understand Don being upset, but he couldn't be too upset because you showed your crazy as much as his.
And I think that's what made it okay.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a book where I was bashing him.
Exactly.
I was showing both of us
Yeah.
where we made terrible mistakes in our
Crazy for
marriage.
crazy. Storm said crazy
Right.
for crazy.
Yes,
That's
girl.
exactly what
And
it
like
was.
like my mama said, I would not leave that man because I know he's crazy. I know he's
That's a good
crazy,
one.
so I'm not leaving him for another man.
Listen.
Hey, Dominique. So once he got over that, then the book, you know, happened, and here we are.
Yeah.
A couple years later.
Yeah. And what would you say has been the most rewarding thing about writing your book?
Ooh. when I was working with a licensed clinical therapist, and I was working with a group of her women, and she wasn't married, so she said, hey, since I'm single, you're married, can you work with my clients? You work from the coach aspect, and I'll do the clinical part. So we work together. And one of her clients said that every time something went down in her relationship, she would go grab a book and be like, what would Tanya do?
I love that.
And so that was comical to me.
Yeah.
And so then the
Yeah.
other women in the group, that started being their little thing where they would say they would go to the book and be like, what would Tanya do? What would Tanya do? So to me, that was rewarding.
That is very rewarding. I mean, it just goes to show like what kind of impact that you had just through words.
Right.
And I think it also goes to show how powerful words really are. I think so often we take for granted what comes out of our mouths. We don't, and what we write too, and what we think, and we don't realize that those words actually are energy and they have power.
Right.
And so the fact that, you know, your words have changed lives and the women were looking to see what would Tanya do, right? I think that's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And so that question is actually related. I'm not going to tell y'all what it is, but that question is related to the first step in the challenge that was posted today. So if you join the Write Your Book Challenge and join our Facebook group, you will get to see what that first step is that was related to Tanya's answer. But that's powerful though.
Yes, it is.
So
it
thank you
is.
for sharing.
So we're going to take a really quick break because our time has flown.
Oh wow, sure has.
Yeah, it has. Because I want you to share your She's Gotta Have It.
Absolutely.
Or you know what? Before we even take a break, just go ahead and do your She's Gotta Have It.
No, let's take a break.
Okay,
first.
we're going to take a real quick break. And we're going to come back because she's my co-host and she's telling me what to do. So we're going to be
But
right
you were
back.
right
If you
about
have any questions on Facebook Live or Periscope, put them in there and we will try to answer your question. Thanks, Dom. Thank you, Vikai. I know I always be saying her name wrong. Please forgive me.
Vikia. I think it's Vikia.
We're going to take a real quick break right after this. Tanya Barnett Show.
Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tanya Barnett Show, the flyest talk show on the internet where we talk about all things pertaining to the 21st century woman. And my special co-host tonight is my mentor. I mean, y'all, let me tell you something. This chick, she beats me up real bad.
I do not.
So
I try to be gentle.
But you know what? I just want to give the sidebar shout out to her. I would not be where I am today if it had not been for her, you know, kicking me in my tail all the time. So,
But it was a nice kick though.
and I want
It
to
was a
thank
nice
you.
kick.
I want to thank you because
Aw.
I've come a long way.
You really have. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You have. You
Thank you,
have.
thank
So
you.
I'm excited for everything that you about to do. Cause let me tell you, Tanya inspires me. I think we do that for each other. But I see her rocking and rolling, and now she's running for office in Charles County, Maryland. About to do the darn
I'll
thing.
be the first African American in this position in the history of the county.
Wow.
389 years.
Oof.
They've never had an African American.
Okay. So when is the election? So people
June
know.
26th. Early voting is June 14th through the 25th. Election is June 26th.
And it's what's the position for?
It is Register of Wills, where I will be teaching, helping people register their wills, making sure that their affairs are in order. Because in Charles County, we have a huge stream of African Americans losing their land because they don't have wills registered with the state.
I didn't know that.
So no one's educating them on registering their wills.
That is, yeah,
Okay.
that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Yes,
So
yes,
June
yes.
26th, y'all. If you can't vote in Charles County, just promote it, put it out there, let people know that
Share.
she's running, share, and support her. Just yes. All right. So real quick, I wanted to. We talked a little bit about writing your book, and the other half of that is building your brand. So my background is in branding and design, and part of what we did with our book was not only did we write the book, we also created, and some of you all have a copy of our 2018 Who's Shoes Planner. So this planner is a companion to the book. My sister and I put it out every year, and each month tells a different story because we all about the stories. But each month has a different story of a woman who has overcome an obstacle to do whatever she's been called to do and walk in her purpose. So this book as well, in terms of just growing the Who's Shoes brand, I can't even tell you how many women have told us that this planner has changed their lives, their businesses. I mean, I know Tanya was one of the first people to let us know. I think you bought our very first one. I think you bought our very first one.
And I bought 3 of them.
Yep. So I will be touching a little bit on this in the challenge in terms of how do you write your book and then create other products to build your brand from it. And then I think we're supposed to do the She's Gotta Have It. You want to do that now?
So really quick, She's Gotta Have It because Julian didn't get a chance to share hers.
Yes.
We got like 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, so really quick. All right. This right here, if you all do not have this book, and for those on Facebook, it is The Hollywood Commandments by Devon Franklin. This book is everything, okay? And the thing I love about it is not only is it spiritual, but he's all about his business in here. And there's so many, I highlight so many pages in here that I couldn't even tell you everything. So let me just give you one of them.
And I have it on audiobook. And the audiobook is great, but I definitely want to buy the book so I can highlight.
Yeah, because I highlight, y'all see, like my book is all highlighted and stuff in here. So this is one of my favorite quotes in here. To truly live like Jesus means to be bold, out of the box thinker. It means to be a bold, out of the box thinker, a voracious disruptor of societal norms that go against the fullness of who God created you to be.
Wow.
I'm gonna let y'all unpack that, cause that right there. Listen, we done. Done.
My co-host said we're done.
Buy the book. Buy the book.
Right.
That's all I gotta say.
And
It's
get it on
excellent.
audiobook. And if you never purchase from Audible, you can get the first book free. So get it on audiobook. It is fantastic. I'm listening to it on audiobook right now. So we don't have anybody else having any questions on Facebook Live, none on Periscope.
Yes.
So I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Facebook
Thank
Live,
you.
y'all
Thank
are
you,
always
Periscope.
on point.
I appreciate
Love
y'all.
to
Thank you,
pieces.
Storm.
Thank you so
You've been
much
awesome.
for tuning in.
And Linda, if you're still there.
Yes. And so Julian, thank you again.
Girl,
thank
please.
you for being my co-host.
Anytime.
Yes.
I like running things. So.
Yes. And she's fantastic. So I thank you all. I will see you all next week where my special guest is going to be none other than Miss Anika Hobbs. She is the founder of Nubian
Love
Human,
Anika.
and she's going to be
Yes.
talking about the Black
Yes.
Love Experience that's
Yes.
coming to Anacostia Art Center
Awesome.
next month. See you all next week.
Bye.
It's the Tanya Barnett